Hey, scrapbook friends, it's Nicole, and I'm here with episode 19 of our Theme Park Thursday series. This layout features fireworks pictures from our very rainy night at the Magic Kingdom. Actually, now that I'm looking at it, there aren't a lot of fireworks. There's lots of the castle projection show, but that's the part I like. And I love that we actually have pictures of us. And I tried a new technique. It took me a little longer than I thought it would, and it didn't go quite as smoothly, but I think it turned out nice. And I'm happy with how this layout turned out. So I hope you will stay tuned to watch the process of how we got from a pile of pictures to this very cute Disney Enchantment layout. All right, so today we have some fireworks photos. And if you remember the last couple of layouts, the fireworks got rained out and postponed, went and rode the Little Mermaid, and then they finally did a delayed fireworks show later on. I took far too many photos of the fireworks. I admit this. Some of them are photos of us. I saw one in there, that one. That would be a good one. I love these with just the people in their ponchos. So I want to do that here. This one, you can kind of see the rain in the sky. So I definitely want to do that one. That one, Katie, that's a great picture of her. So I definitely want to do those. And I don't need to use all of these, but man, I get so caught up in the fireworks at Disney. So I did go to Pinterest. I have a Pinterest board called Disney Fireworks and Night. And I have this layout that came from scrapbook.com. It says it's created by Janine Bochelle. And I just really like it. I love this kind of starburst design. I like the little border. I like the way it's on kind of a smaller mat. So I think that's kind of what I'm going to do. I also think I was drawn to this because of the colors. There's a lot of like purple in my pictures, and I just have done 2 layouts with purple. We did blue and purple. We did the rainy night, which was blue, and then we did the Little Mermaid, which was purple. And so I think I'm just going to kind of pull out those same papers that we've just been using. You know, this is the one I really wanted to use. I'm going to try and use this one somehow. But this one was back from Emerald Gemstone that we used on the rainy picture. I don't know if I can use this green side, but maybe this blue side. And then I had this paper called Secret Garden, which had some kind of pretty purples and blues. So I think, oh, that actually is so much similar to that. I might not need both of it. So I think I want to try and kind of combine some of these papers. I like this one too. Some of these papers from other packs, maybe not that one with the stripe, and see if we can mimic this design from Pinterest using, of course, the Creative Memories products that I already have. So thank you, Janine Bochelle. I don't know when you posted this layout, but it has inspired me. April 4th, 2017. So thank you very much. So it's inspired me, and that's kind of what I'm going to go with. So let me clear off my space and we'll get that ready. Okay, I've pulled a few papers. I don't know that this is going to be enough for me. I may have to dig a little bit farther, but I think I want to use this Merlot shimmer as my base. This is actually from the old company. You can tell it's from the old company because it's with solid black, not shimmer on the back. But we did have a Merlot shimmer that last summer that's very similar in color to this. I'm just trying to use up the old one first. So I think I'm going to use that as my base. And then I want to create that sunburst design. And now I don't know how many of you guys watch Noreen Smith on the Creative Memories channel, her Fast and Fun Projects with Noreen. But I'm going to kind of take what I learned from watching her class a couple months ago, and use that to figure out how to make my my sunburst, because I don't want it to take the whole space. In fact, I think I want it to have it be 11 by 4. And so what Noreen did was take the Creative Memories mat and line it up to create her sunburst design. Now, I don't want, hers was centered. She just did hers in the center, but I want mine to be off-center a little bit. Let's see, I can't Can't figure this out quite by myself. So that looks like that's 3.5 inches. That'll be good right there. And so I'm going to start this as my base, and I'm just going to use some of these lines right here on my mat to just kind of give me my pattern. And then we're going to see if I can figure out how to cut these. Looks like I'm doing 30 and 60-degree angles here. I'll do that one right there. I'm using this line because I've gone off the edge. So we'll do that. We'll do that one. And I got nothing right here to help me. I guess we'll just wing this one. I'll just do it about right there. I mean, I like having them kind of in the varying sizes. I don't know that I like this big giant one right here. I think I'll make my own right there. So I just kind of made my own. I have no idea what the angles and stuff are. And I think what I'm just going to do is I'm going to cut these and use them as patterns, and then I'm going to trace and cut out the other pieces. So let's do that on the trimmer so we get some nice straight cuts. And you know what, there probably is a way that we could, you know, that I could measure and cut this faster, but you know how I'm not much one for measuring. I think I better number these. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, and so I'm just making sure that this corner is straight. I'm using my little sightline guides to make sure that I start right at the corner. I'll do this one. Oh, see, I didn't quite get the corner right. Now I've got a little bit of a wonky corner there. Let's see if I can ease into it here. So what happens, I got lazy. I didn't use my sight lines. Just trying to wing it. All right. Okay, that's gonna work. And so now I'm just going to trace. Oh, I found this piece too. I think I got to include this one in there too. I don't really want it to be too obvious that I'm using the same papers as I've used the last couple of layouts, but I think I want to do, I really like this purple, and I'm going to trace on the back. 3, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I think I'm going to do this purple here. And so I think, oh, I'll do it like this. That? No, I want it like that. I'm going to use this as my straight edge. I'm going to trace it on the back. Oops, sorry, I didn't mean to go off the edge. I'll move this out of the way. I don't want to work on top of my paper. Just and the nice thing about tracing on the back is that then you don't have to erase any of your pencil lines. Just make sure that both pieces are turned over, just like when we use the recipe templates. If you do use the back, both pieces are turned over. That's piece number 7. I'll make this piece number 8. And I'm trying to get some of that purple in there. So right about there. I might be able to use this piece twice, actually. I guess I could have bumped it on that side and then I would have only had one. This is 8. Look, we had another, oh, that's the purple piece. So it's going to be 7, 8. I'll do the stars. Oh, do I want just the blue stars or do I want ombre? I think I'm going to do, this one will be blue and then later I'll do one that's more ombre. Okay, so right now I started to trace it with the number up. I need to make sure that I trace it with the number down. And whatever the longest side is, I'm trying to use an existing straight edge. 6. But then I want to do this way, but not for number 5. Number 5, let's use this one. 5. If you want to see Noreen's is more symmetrical and even. I will try to remember to put a link to her her tutorial. It's the Fast and Fun projects where she talks about the This Life kit. So let's see if I have another piece of, I don't know if I want to do, I think I need another piece of purple paper. All right, we got this one that was also from Mermaid Cove that's got some purple in it right here, purple and blue. So I think I'm to, that was 5, so I think 4. That piece, I really like the texture in that. I think I want it right here. A little harder to see on this guy because of the fish pattern. But you notice I'm making sure to write the numbers on so that I remember which is which. And then I think I want number 3. We'll do the other side of this. Do it right there. I'm just making sure that it's not going to cut into the other piece on the other side. I'm going to 3 cut second. I'll just remind myself to cut it second in case. I don't think it's going to overlap those two, but just in case. So that's number 3. So I got 2. I'm going to go back to this one because I love this paper. Fit it in right there. Oh, my edge is right here isn't very straight. I think I'm going to, this must have been the edge that I was punching out and I didn't do it right. So I'm just going to draw this line right here. 2, and then the last one I want to be this ombre paper. I think I'm just going to go in this direction. 1. And I should have checked to see if I had a smaller scrap of this paper because I think I did, but I left it out after the last week's layout. Okay. Oh, see, I just did that wrong because I didn't flip it over. We'll do it that way. Oh, good. That's even better because now I've got a straight edge. All right. I probably should cut these with the trimmer. This time I for sure need to use my my sight lines to make sure I get my cuts exactly where I need them, because it was all right last time to kind of wing it because I didn't really care if they were exact, but now I want them to be exact. So we'll cut those out. Number 1. Since I'm here, I'll do this one. So, you know, hopefully you know how to use the sight lines. Oh, it got tucked back up in its spot. Just going to make sure that I've got it straight. It's a little tricky because it's kind of catching on the edge of my trimmer right here. Since I'm cutting at an angle, angles are a little harder. About right at the 5.5. Oh, that was pretty slick right there on the line. Okay. This is right there, about 7. All right, number 6. Those are looking good. That's a lot the same colors. All right. I think I'll go ahead and finish cutting these out. You guys don't need to watch me because that's going to take a lot of time, but hopefully you've seen how I'm using the sight lines just to make sure my lines are straight. You could also, of course, just use scissors if you're more comfortable with scissors. But I'll just go ahead and finish cutting all of these and be right back. All right, I've got all of this cut. And I did a 4-inch width, and so I want to have an inch at the top. So I'm going to use my grid and line this up. Oh, so I want to do it. Let's see, it's 4 inches, so I need this 5 inches down. Actually, I need the one with numbers on it. I'm going to use my 0 centering ruler, make sure this is straight. Here's 5 inches, so that's going to get my pieces straight. And I'm going to use repositionable for this one, just in case I have to jiggle them around a little bit, especially because I just see my ruler's not that straight. Let's do the first one on here. And now we see if my lines got cut straight enough to make this work. Put a little on the tip right there. Well, see, I can already tell it didn't, my points didn't line quite up. I don't know what I did wrong. And I think I'm gonna leave a little gap. One of these I cut crooked. I don't know which one. You know, the part of the problem is because I did trace around it, that makes them a little bit bigger, I think, than if I would have just cut one single piece. But see how this one, when I line up the points, it's shorter. So we'll go a little at the top, and we'll pretend that I'm leaving this gap, that was always on purpose. Haha. Because nobody's ever going to know, because I'm going to forget, and you're not going to tell anybody. And I think it's going to look nicer. And you see, I'm not using my repositionable, the silicone mat or anything, because I'm putting stuff on here, so it doesn't matter if this is sticky right here. Oh, this was number 6. I wasn't 2, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 is supposed to go right here. Oops, sorry. 5. Yeah, see, right here is where it's messing up. Maybe this wasn't the best idea. We're gonna have to put an embellishment or something right here because that's not lining up. Okay, 7. I kind of like having the numbers written on them because that's helping me see where the back is for sure. Which is the front, you know, I don't accidentally put my adhesive on the wrong side. All right, that's looking okay. The top is pretty straight. I'm gonna come back after I get this all stuck down and straighten it up and line things up. Oops, I got a little adhesive on the front. Yeah, I don't know about this. Oh, I forgot to trim that edge. Got a little jagged edge right there. Okay. Not anymore. Okay, this is not straight at all right here, is it? It's completely off the edge. This needed to be down here. This piece needed to be down here, but I should have had it, I mean, it should have come in an inch to right here, so I don't know why these are not lining up. And it must be a little bit big. I did kind of like the gap between the pages though. All right, I think we're just gonna overlap. Right here, it's just overlapping. We're gonna see how it goes. I'm gonna do this right here. I'm trying to put my, oh, I thought this was supposed to go to 1 inch, but it's not. So whatever this is right here, I'm just gonna line this up. It's about just over 1 inch. Hooray for repositionable, right? Pull this guy up too. All right, that's looking better. Apparently cannot leave that gap in there. This one. Line up exactly. This one, even if it overlaps a smidge. Oh, see, it overlapped a lot. But it pokes out of the end. I'm just going to trim it off. I'm lining up the edge right here to be straight, and then see it's kind of turned. It's going to overlap. I'll have to overlap it a little. Aha, there we go. Although I think I might want to overlap this one on top of this one. And so this bottom end is not particularly pretty, but we will put an embellishment over the top of it. Oh, and I forgot we were going to put something along this top edge too. Oh, rats. I don't know what happened here. Oh, there we go. There we go, there we go, there we go. All right, this is a little harder than I thought it was going to be. Just this one have to go down just a little bit. I'm liking the ruler to help me make sure that this like butts up against the edge. This one will go right there. And this one. Actually, I think what I might need to do with this one is poke it off the edge a little bit. Well, that lined up, and now this guy didn't line up. So this one, I'm just going to go off the edge a smidge, and then I'll just trim this off. I think that looks all right, doesn't it, with the fireworks? All right, that's how it's going to have to be. So on the sample, after this kind of sunburst, there was like a little scalloped edge across the top, and I thought it would be nice to use the Cloud Border Maker cartridge. And I kind of would like to use, maybe I could use the ombre. this one and use the different colors on that. I think I'll try that. We'll cut, so we'll need 4 of these. So let me punch 4 of these and be right back. All right, actually, I don't want to cut them all the same because I want to now be able to touch them. I want it to go from light to dark to light. So I'm going to flip it over. This is a technique I do a lot anyway. Rather than punch and cut, I like to just punch down both sides. And that will give me these kind of going in the opposite direction. And I don't have a lot of space left. I thought I was going to have an inch at the top. So I don't want this to be too tall, because I want to have space in there. So I think I'm just going to put the tips of these clouds at the 1/2 inch line. I think that will be plenty. Maybe I'll do the ones on the bottom a smidge taller, like a 3/4 inch. So we'll do that here. And then we'll punch again. And this one I'll punch and then come back. Okay, these I cut at 3/4 inch, and these I cut at 1/2 inch. And I think I want to put the lighter color. I don't even know if I want to go all the way to that pink. I think I might want to do the blue, go out this way, and then we'll do the blue and go out that way. And I'll cut off that real bright pink, that last inch, and I'll do the same on the bottom down here, because I think that kind of goes with the clouds. But before I do any of that cutting, let's think about pictures. So I definitely want this one of Katie, and this is a 4-inch picture, so hopefully it'll align with this 4-inch piece up there. I like that one. I like that one. Oh, they're too short. That one. This is basically the same picture. We love Moana, so I've got to have a picture of Moana. What I need are some that are in the other direction, though. And I don't know if, oh, I did. I turned my camera, so I have some that can go this way. I printed the same picture twice, apparently. This one Michelle has Waiting for the Fireworks in the Rain. That was a Snapchat one, and so it ended up being a little taller. Maybe I'll put her down here. It's right here. Oh, I could do this. Well, I think I'm going to trim this anyway, but that way, if I do it like that, then it's going to cover up that little seam. Haha. All right. That one's kind of cool. I like this one with all the, oh, that's kind of similar to this one with all the people in their ponchos. I like that one better. That one's pretty. This was still during the 50th anniversary. These are the right colors for this. Still during the 50th anniversary. Too many pictures. Oh, that one looks like, oh, that one has like laser beams coming out of it too, but I think I like that one better. Oh no, that one has, that one's still better. And this is why I print so many, because I never know what I'm gonna need until I get here, until I get doing the layouts. I think we'll try that and see about arranging. I could do, I want there to be, I want it to fill in this whole space right here. But I could just put, I could put a strip of like a contrasting, like a color, maybe even the ombre across the middle here. Cut that guy smaller. I could do these two at 3, well, I don't know if I could do 3 inches. I'll try and cut these at 3 inches tall. Maybe I could go 2.5 even. I don't want to cut too much castle. I think I could do 2.5 of these. 2.5 by 2.5. That might be too narrow. I might be sorry I just did that, but this kind of cuts off some of the, to the top, some of the people, which is not exactly what I wanted, but cut a smidge off the spire. 2.5, and maybe I'll get some other colors of castle. Some of them that are in this same size, like this one. I'll do 4 castle pictures. So I'll have these right here. Oh, that's pretty. Those are pretty colors. I'll do that one. These two might be too much the same. Cut that off because I want the fireworks in here as much as I think that's lasers actually. Okay, that's kind of cool. This, I want this one with the people though, don't I? So I think I want this one down here. No, because I wanted to cover up that. Well, actually, even if I just do it like this and just cover right there, I think it'll be all right. So that's a regular size. I could do this one. Oh, I could do this like this. I'll trim this one down a little bit to fit there. And I don't know about putting something here. Oh, maybe I want a different. I really like this picture, but I guess it's the wrong. I guess I could leave this one off. Put this here, this here. Maybe find 2 more little pictures of the castle. Oh, I like this one though. Oh, I guess that one's a lot like this. This one's better. Oh, I got to put that one of Michelle. Oh, that one's a good one. Ooh, that one's good too. Oh, that's about the same as this. I like how you can see kind of the laser coming out. Oh, that one's good. Okay, so I think that's what I'll do right here. Rather than, I guess I don't need that many pictures of the actual castle because we do see the castle kind of a lot when we go to Disney. Make these the same height. Do a 3-inch castle and a 2.5 inch by 2.5 inch castle here. Oh, I want to cut on this side so I have as much of that little cool laser beam thing coming out here as I can. And this one. I remember when I first started scrapbooking, the thought of cutting a photo was like terrifying. Like who would cut their photos? And now, we just cut them up. Not a big deal. I still do talk to people though that don't like cutting their photos. They tell me that they don't like to cut their pictures. Like that. All right, I don't know what's going to go right here. something's got to go right there. Maybe it'll be something like this. Maybe I will just cover up the... I do like this one too. Oh, the castle is just so pretty. I think I'm gonna wait and see what's gonna happen here. I might just leave this. It might be okay. I'm just gonna have to keep playing with this. Maybe if I make this edge pretty, like the point pretty, and then I can cover up the top with this. So, okay, so that's what I'm gonna do. I think I'm gonna start by putting pictures down. I'm gonna align these pictures. Take this off first. Align this here. Okay, we're aligned with the bottom, and then I'm just gonna cover up some of that with the border. Make sure that's straight. We'll do this. And then this one I'm gonna have to trim just a smidge, and I think I want to trim that side, so I'm gonna mark it just with a pencil and cut just on the outside of that pencil line. Just trying to catch it in the glare of my light so I can see where it is. A little bit more. All right, we'll stick that one down. You know, when I was first figuring out what I was going to do with this layout, I actually pulled out the fireworks punch that Creative Memories had last summer. I thought, oh, I'm going to use a fireworks punch. And I had seen a layout on Pinterest that used the fireworks punch, and I went to go look for it, and that's when I saw this other layout that ended up inspiring me. So as always with me, what we started with isn't what we're going to end with. I do need a little place to journal. Maybe that can go in that spot right there. And then I'll line this one up right here. All right, so these are 4 by 5.3 digital size photos. These are 2.5-inch squares, so this is a 5-inch. I cut off that 0.3, so that works there. And then I want to line up this with the same at the bottom. It's gonna have a lot of space down here. I might have to do something different. It's a little too off center. Even though we talked about a couple weeks ago, I think we talked about, you know, visual weight and wanting to have, you know, wider at the bottom. So it might be all right. I thought about cutting this at 1 inch. And I thought, no, that'll be too wide, but maybe I was wrong. All right, I want this to be here, but I want these to line up with this. So I think I'm going to do, I don't want to stick these down yet. I'm gonna have to trim this off. I think this might be Katie's head, but I'm gonna have to cut a little bit off this side. I will have to just cut her off. I'm sorry, Katie, if that's you and your head and your phone down here. Uh oh, I wanted this to fit right like that. Oh, this one has to trim down to match this anyway. So we'll line these two up. It's easier when I put the mark down at this end that's not up by the cutting blade. Oh yeah, that's working. Okay, I'll stick these guys down. Oh, I can't remember what the name of the show was. I don't think it was, I don't think it wasn't Happily Ever After. I think it was still Enchantment. I'm gonna have to look that up before I put my title on. I think Enchantment was the big fireworks show that they started. Oh, it didn't match on the side. The big fireworks show that they started right before COVID, and we never had a chance to see it. Oh, it didn't quite line up. All right. So I think what I want to do now is trim these off, and I will just again mark with a pencil so that I get right where the edge needs to be. And I'm cutting the little pink side off. I think I'm going to cut that little the little twiggy end right here off too. I don't want that. I want a little bit round. Yeah, you see how it's really, there's a lot of width at the bottom, and it's not gonna, there's not gonna be much space at the top. That was probably my mistake for sticking this down before I had everything else ready. But I think it's gonna be okay. I think we're gonna like it. So let's do the same thing right here. I do love the pink. I'm sorry, my beloved favorite color pink, that we're cutting you off. If you're not confident in your ability to cut straight, you could use your trimmer. Personal trimmer probably would be easy for this one, but when it's this small, I'm pretty comfortable cutting it straight, feeling like I can cut it on my own. Maybe I still want that fireworks punch. Maybe I still need a few little, I mean, I feel like I've got the layout and the enhancement. Oh, I could put one right here. Maybe I will. I wonder what I could do that on. Okay, I'm going to do this side next so that I can align the border. Because I'm going to go over a little bit, over the edge a little bit. Oh, sorry, speaking of going over the edge, went off the edge. This one I probably should have used my little silicone mat, but hopefully I don't get any sticky on my table. All right, cut that one a little short, but I don't think anybody's going to be able to tell. So now I'm going to do this one. Because this line is a little bit crooked, I think I'm going to be glad that I get to cut off a little smidge. And so this one I'm cutting a lot less off of this side than I did off the other side. So just the way that the pictures lined up. And I think what I'll do here, maybe we'll do it this way. I'm just trying to line this up so that it matches, and it has to go about a 1/16 of an inch, also known as a smidge, over this. I'm gonna look at that and see if that looks straight to me. It does. I don't love the gap on this edge right here. Line up with the edge of the paper. This is one of those things where I tend to get a little bit too caught up in the details. But I think if I just come back and trim this little excess off, I don't think you can tell that this isn't quite a perfect corner. Put a little extra adhesive on these points. There. All right. What do you think? That looks pretty close. You never know that like underneath here it's a hot mess. All right. Do we do the fireworks? And if so, what do we use? I have some of that blue shimmer that we used for that we didn't end up using for the rainy night page. This one, I think I actually have pink shimmer and a lighter blue shimmer. So maybe I'm going to do that. Let me see. If we put a couple of fireworks. Oh yeah, that way I can use this fireworks punch. Okay, I'm going to cut 2 out of this. Let me grab some other colors of shimmer cardstock. Okay, I've got Vista, Lilac, Wild Wisteria, and Starry Night. I'm just gonna punch 2 of each, even though I don't think I'm gonna use 2. You guys know I do lean a little bit toward the wasteful, but if you've seen my stash of cardstock behind me when I do my intros, I got a lot of cardstock, so sometimes it's hard to, if I get down to like my last few pieces of a favorite color, then I'm a little bit more frugal. But let's just pretend that I'm super frugal with my cardstock. I don't mean to be wasteful. All right, so here we go. Oh, do I have a pink? I think I need a pink too. All right, this is Rose Shimmer. And that's pink shimmer. I think they're both, yeah, the pink shimmer is closer. I've got more of the rose. This is an old CM shimmer. It's a little bit thicker. Probably a little harder for me to actually punch upside down. I'm gonna do 3 of that one just because. All right, I think I do have more fireworks than I need. I think I am going to do like 1, 2, 3, 1, I'll do this one, 1, 2, 3, so I know we're supposed to do clusters of 3. Maybe I won't. Maybe I'll just do 1. I like this lilac or Wild Wisteria right there. Oops, I'm off the page a little bit. Sorry. Like those 3 over here. Well, I kind of need more of, if I'm going to use the dark one, which maybe I'm not, maybe I will take this dark one out and do that. I won't use that. Looks like I'm not even using the Starry Night or the dark blue. I feel like I do need the dark blue. All right, I think these kind of look like flowers. And you know, that layout that I saw online, they had taken these little pieces and like put a few little explosion burst things coming out. So I think I might do that. I'm gonna take this one and stick it right on the seam. And then this one, I'm gonna use a foam square just in the middle. Just for a little bit of dimension. I hope I can fit a foam square right here in the middle. Yep, just perfect size. So I'll do those 2 right there. I probably should not be doing that right on top of my, that kind of blends in, doesn't it, with that purple? Maybe I'll put the dark blue and the pink up here instead. Oh, maybe I can put my title down at the bottom since I had left that, since I accidentally left that space. We'll do this one right here. I guess I'm using mostly the pink. And I'm flipping them over even though they are solid front and back. So there we go. Okay, I like it with the fireworks punch. I like it with the border. It needs something. And because I fiddled with this so much, a lot of the little edges of this are curling up. Let's see. Okay, as I was cleaning up my space, you know, I think sometimes I get stuck on this rule of threes. Because I was cleaning up my space, I kind of threw some of these punches just out because I wanted to save them. And I think I want to do a few more of the punches. I don't know that I want to use the dark one, but maybe I do. And I want to just kind of sprinkle them up here because I'm not going to put my title up in there. So I think I'll do this one also on a foam square. So that way I didn't actually punch all of them for nothing. That one will be just fine flat because it's by this. I don't like to put too many foam squares to the inside. I'll use that dark one. Just because I feel like the inside of my books, just because of the pictures in the paper, that tends to get thicker. And it's outside where I have a little extra space. So I think I'll take this one. Trying to see, I did 1, 2, 3. I guess I did 2 of each, and so I am using mostly 2 of everything except, I don't know, maybe I need another one right here. Well, I don't want to use that one because I just used that one right there. But it's already punched out, so I'm going to use it. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. I think I'll maybe swap these two guys. These look a lot the same, even though they're not. Peel this guy off. We'll put him right here. And this right there. Okay, kind of like that. So now, oops, we're off the edge. Now I need to figure out a little bit of a title and some journaling. So probably, I don't really feel like coloring sticker letters. Probably white. Or silver. I wonder if the silver metallic pen will color on the sticker letters. Yeah, okay, I'm gonna look and see. Oh, except I got these others. I'm gonna look and see, look up on the internet and see what the name of this show was. I think it was called Enchantment. I'm gonna find my metallic pens and I'll be right back. Okay, I pulled out my white sticker letters. You can see lots of them that I've colored, but I think I'm just gonna use white. There's a little bit of white on here. I think I've spent enough time on this layout already. I don't feel like I need to color in more sticker letters to make them purple. I did look it up. The name of this fireworks show was Disney Enchantment. I also pulled out this purple metallic dot tip pen. I can't remember when we had this one. They don't put the names on it. I wish they did. But if you've got different CM pens, if they have a black barrel, there are regular dual tip pens. I don't even know if it says dual tip, but that has a fine tip and a round tip. And the silver barrels with the clear lid are the dot tip. And these are nice for coloring. But I'm going to use this end, the fine, that fine tip is not very fine, is it? Ugh. I want to do some journaling, but that might be too not fine. Oh, and it's really dark. It's a lot darker than I thought it was going to be. Okay, so I might be looking for my silver pen after all. I'm going to go ahead and stick my letters down. The name of the show was Disney Enchantment, which I think is a perfect title for this page. I'm going to stick my letters down, do some journaling, and I'll be right back to wrap it all up. All right, so I couldn't find my silver metallic dot tip pen. We have a regular silver metallic pen, which I could find mine, but that one has this kind of wide brush tip, and the dot tip, for whatever reason, has a fine tip. So it's actually good for journaling. Otherwise, I don't really like it for journaling. But, you know, I crop at 2 different places. I film my videos at home, but most of my cropping is done at my permanent rented crop venue, and it must be over there. So I do have an old white jelly roll pen, and I just decided to do my journaling with that. So I just journaled that the rain finally let up enough that they did the fireworks, and this is our first time to see the new show that premiered last fall to celebrate the 50th anniversary. Hopefully people will be able to then tell that the name of the show is Disney Enchantment, because I didn't have room to write all that. But then as I got going, I decided I needed a few little extra dots just to enhance, you know, just to make it more fireworky. And I can't get this pen to just do dots, so I'm having to draw tiny little circles to make the dots. But I think it's adding just a little hint of fun. I kind of also want to do some little asterisks, but then I'm crossing that line, you know, that I talk about into too much. But I think just the little dots are enough. I'm doing some like little groups of 3, we used to call tri-dots, and some little single dots. So this side has the dots, this one doesn't, but I'll finish that up and then we will really, really be done. Okay, I've turned my lights off so that we don't have as much of a glare on the picture. I hope you can see it better. I've got to have the lights to work though. But I love how this turned out. Although now I'm thinking I need a little firework down here, so I might have to add a firework. But I love how this turned out. It's kind of a combination of what I originally was planning with the fireworks punch and then my inspirational layout. This was a lot of work. I don't know that it was worth it for what I did, but I think it was a good experiment for me to practice and learn from. And yeah, I had fun, and I love that I was able to incorporate the papers from 2 of the previous layouts, so it kind of will tie the colors together. So I think we have 1 or 2 more layouts from this night at the Magic Kingdom. I think we did something after the fireworks. They did the fireworks late, but you know, we love to close down the park. So a couple more layouts from the Magic Kingdom, and then we'll be done with day 1 of our trip. I'm afraid that this Theme Park Thursday series is going to last, you know, 2 years, but I hope you're enjoying it. I'm sure enjoying it. It's been fun to think about my process and talk to you as I do my regular old scrapbook routine. Sometimes I, you know, ramble. Sometimes I'm surprised at like how much back and forth I do, and I do try to cut out all the long pauses where I just sit and kind of, you know, tap my fingers and say because there's a lot of that kind of thought that goes into it for me too. But yeah, I'm happy with this one. Week 19, Disney Enchantment, and I'll be back next week with another Theme Park Thursday. I'm going to record next week's a little bit early because next week is my 16th Rocket City Scrapbook Retreat. Will be on Thursday, so I'll still set it up to go live on Thursday, but I will record it a couple of days ahead so that I'm not panicking while I'm trying to also do a retreat. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you back here. I probably won't see you again. There will be new products, but I might not be able to get to those till after my retreat. So I'll see you back here again at some point, but definitely next Thursday for another Theme Park Thursday. Thanks a lot, and happy scrapbooking.